it should be. I think that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go live on Instagram too. Can you see me at all? Can you hear me?
No. Same thing. I keep refreshing. Wait, hold on. This is here. I don't even hear us doing audio.
Okay.
Yeah, and audio good. Yeah.
How about now? All good?
Yeah.
Thank the Lord. Okay. That was rough. Okay, we had a last minute glitch on the audio. I actually wasn't even a glitch. It was all working perfectly. I just didn't hit the go live button. So, note to self, after we'll do a little report after this one and write down all the things that went well and the things that didn't go well. The things that went well, I think, will be a pretty long column. But if we eventually ever get to the things that didn't go well, one thing that we'll have to remember is to hit go live. That's going to be an important button. Okay, good. Welcome, everyone. So glad you're here. Okay, there we go. Can you see that? Good. That's my computer over here. Welcome, YouTube. Welcome, Instagram. Nobody did. That's fine. I don't know. I think I'm live. It doesn't matter. Cool. Hey, Geek. Good to see you again. Becca Manuel. I know you. Welcome. We got Ravik, Benjamin Chai. This is going to be awesome. Hope everyone's doing well, staying healthy, and welcome to day 2 of quarantine cooking. You know, we're going to call this one day 1 because I feel like we should start on a Monday. So thanks for everyone who was here yesterday as part of our beta test. You guys were all awesome. That was our beta test. This is the real deal. The whole enchilada. We're not cooking enchiladas, but this is the real one. Okay, I need to go get my apron so I don't dirty my pink shirt. I'll be right back. Hold on. Even though I'm off camera, I'm still with you. Okay, and we're back. Let's go. All right, let's get going. Today we're going to be cooking 2 things. One, we're going to be making a cocktail called the Negroni, which happens to be my favorite cocktail. And the second thing we're going to be doing is, are we looking good here? Yeah, that works. I like it. Second thing we're going to be making is a cauliflower dish, which is going to have some bechamel and some caramelized onions, and then some Gruyere cheese, because I got some from yesterday's recipe and got to use it up. It's not going to go bad. I'll eat it if it's even close, but that's what we're doing today. Yeah, okay, great, Benjamin. I'm glad I pronounced it correctly. Happy to help. Like Ricky, yes, I see you. Welcome. Glad to have you on our Instagram Live here today. All right, this is good. I'm waiting for a few more people to come. You know what? Let's just get into it. You guys hungry? I'm hungry. I'm thirsty though first. So let's get Negronis going. If you are drinking along with me, I'm assuming you're of age and whatnot, which is, I don't know, 13, whatever. If you are drinking along, a Negroni is gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. So run to your bar, grab that. I'll meet you right back here in about 10 seconds. We're going with Carpano Antica for Craig. What is up, David Living Stew? Welcome. Boop. Okay, we're just making Negronis here. I've got, what's up, Ross Rosas and Skegrak? Hello, good to see you. First things first, let's get a cocktail going. I'm doing Negronis, do whatever you want. Negroni is one of my favorite drinks. It's bitter and Italian, just like me. And it is super easy to make. The recipe is actually on the back of the one irreplaceable ingredient. Campari is the brand name of this bitter liqueur, and in my opinion, you cannot make a Negroni without it. The recipe is right on the back. 1 ounce of each of these 3 things. That's it. So let's get, you can serve yours up or on the rocks. I've been known to dabble on either, depending on how I'm feeling. We're gonna do ours on the rocks, just because I'm kind of in that mood. How's everybody's day been? Are people working from home? What's going on? What's happening out there? I saw New York, LA, like San Francisco, a bunch of places closed all the bars, restaurants, and everything else, unless they're just doing like takeout or delivery stuff, but yeah, how you guys get along? Hopefully pretty well. I don't know. I gotta make a cocktail. Let's get some ice. I'm gonna pour this one in first, just to make sure I have enough of it. It's just an ounce of each of these things. It's a smaller cocktail. It's meant to be kind of an aperitif, depending on. Oh, we have just enough Campari, and we're just gonna do that because I just want to get rid of the bottle. That will be perfect. Back at 3 teens. Back at Manuel says she's got 3 teens that are not happy to be home all day. That's gotta be tough. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to live with 3 teens. What are you guys doing to keep busy? You guys doing fun stuff? No. Mike, Ricky, no. Yeah, what are you guys doing for fun stuff? How are you keeping busy besides, patiently waiting for this, like all day, waiting for this show? Just curious. I'm fine. How are you, Chic Geek? I am doing very well. I went to the store today, picked up a few things, and then it worked. And this is kind of it. I just was really excited to hang out with you guys all day. Okay. All right, 1 ounce of each in the rocks glass. Baking cookies, Benjamin Chai, nice. What kind of cookies? I know it's going to take a minute because of the delay in the updates and everything. I would wave at every single one of you on Instagram, but I can't. Boop, boop, boop. Can't reach it. Always do an orange zest. You can do like an orange slice. I think that's kind of tacky because I don't like a bunch of fruit floating around in my drink. I just like the zest, which I'm just using a regular vegetable peeler to get the zest off of this bad boy. And then I do the old spritzeroo. Boop. You can't really see that. Does not work at all. But yeah, just give it a little spritz, stick it in there, and just give it a little stir to make sure everything's kind of mixed up. It'll get pretty well mixed up after I take the first sip, but I like that first sip to be perfect, Okay. Leave that there, done. Set that aside. Clean up my workspace. And you go over here. We're gonna put the onion or the orange back. Okay, so at least they bake. Oh yeah, open up a bakery on the curb. I almost said brewery on the curb. That'd be a good idea too, Becca. Double chocolate from Benjamin Chai. Never eat them, but always give them away. Why don't you eat your double chocolate brownies? Airhorn, welcome. Good to have you on. Yeah, you caught me. I'm here. We're doing a live show. It's a live cooking show. To catch up, if you didn't join us yesterday, this is now the official first day of quarantine cooking with Anthony Ladon, also known as Mr. Pink Shirt Guy, coming at you. Most important thing, we did cocktails first. It's a Negroni, equal parts gin, Campari, sweet vermouth. I'll post the recipe in the description later on, or if somebody wants to post in the comments, they can do that as well if they know what they're doing. Okay. Oh God, now we can get started. Whew. My day wasn't even that hard, but that first sip was just absolutely perfect. So today we're cooking a cauliflower dish, and it's essentially cauliflower with caramelized onions and a bechamel sauce to kind of tie it all together. Oh, there's Gruyere in there as well. This is a modification of a Jose Andres, excuse me, a modification of a Jose Andres recipe, which is super simple and I love it. He's got like a book, I think it's just called Vegetables. If you haven't already gotten it and you're looking into cooking more vegetables, it's a pretty good book. Everything's pretty easy to make, like nothing's super fancy or crazy. It's all just really tasty stuff. So this is kind of a modification of that, and just based on what we have on hand and kind of what I'm feeling like. So I'm going to stop yakking and get to cook in the caramelized onions first because that's going to take the longest. So, if you're cooking along, let's start chopping some onions. Knife, onions, got a little discard bowl. Actually, this will be your discard bowl. That will house the onions. Yeah, this is good. Becca, maybe get the kids to eat this. Cheese. Yeah, Becca, you could definitely get the kids to eat this, I think. I mean, assuming you can't really even taste cauliflower in there. Number one, cauliflower doesn't have much of a taste anyway, but yeah, it's pretty good. You could probably even do this and just switch in broccoli and do like a sharp cheddar as well. That'd be pretty cool. I think that the flavors might actually work pretty well for that too. So, oh, my knife is so dull. This is dangerous to use. I shouldn't be doing it, using a dull knife, but I haven't gone and got it sharpened yet. I feel like I'm betraying everybody, letting everyone down, but that's just what we're doing here. Cheese can seriously help with cauliflower, says Air Horn. Totally agree. Cheese helps anything, I think, in general. That's kind of a good philosophy to have. All right, let's get this guy. We use just regular yellow onions. I don't know if they have like a fancy name, like they're not Vidalia or the Mayan onions. Those are the white ones. Those are a little bit milder, I think, and we'll go great on like a burger or something. This, we're using yellow onions. You know what? That's going to get big. We're going to have to dump that out. What's going on? We got Sheet Geek. Make sure to hit that like button. Sheet Geek, thank you. I think you did this yesterday too. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, be sure to hit that like button. Why? Because I like it. I like when you hit the like button. And I like when you like this. I don't know if that makes sense, but we're going with it. Hello, Anthony. Noel, you're back. Good to see you. Glad to have you. All right. Getting all these bad boys peeled and then ready for the cut. I don't even know if that went in the sink, but don't tell me. Sheet Geek, I'm with you. Knives are dull because you don't have a knife sharpener. I think I actually did have a knife sharpener at one point, but then I got rid of it. My wife and I did like this big purge where we just got rid of a bunch of stuff. And there's been a few things I regretted getting rid of, like our dog and... No, I'm just kidding. Our dog's still here. But, yeah. The knife sharpener, actually, I don't know. This knife stayed pretty sharp for a long time, so I'm not too bent out of shape about it. But I do need to go maybe to like Sur La Table or someplace that does them locally and get them sharpened. Okay. What else we got going on here? Oh yeah, you're right, Shiki. Simon may have started the whole be sure to hit that like button thing. Either way, it's very nice of people to remind me because I'm new to the whole YouTube world in terms of producing content on my own. Usually it's with Epicurious, and they take care of all of the social media stuff on their end, and I just get to benefit from seeing all the cool videos that they make. So it's not bad. But yeah, smash the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. By the way, this is Instagram, your YouTube. I'm just telling each of you, you can meet each other maybe at some point. I don't know why I just not used the big one. Wouldn't that have been easier? Yeah, the answer is yes. Okay, let's move some of you out of the way. Let's get to chopping. You know what I'm gonna do first though? I'm gonna clean off the board. I don't like it when stuff's on my board. Oh. Perfect. We're just gonna do like a 1/4 inch dice. All right, so if you're not familiar with dicing onions, we're just gonna make cuts along the onion in about 1/4 inch increments. And you don't have to be too particular here. Like this is all gonna be melted down. Oh, you know what? No, we don't have to dice it. I should think about this beforehand. We're gonna be caramelizing them, so we just need like the little rounds. So let's just not even bother dicing, and we're gonna do about 1/4 inch wide slices down the onion. Oh, I didn't make it in with that first one. All right. Perfect. We're starting off caramelizing the onions because it takes so friggin' long for them to caramelize. Noelle, you sharpen your knives once a week. Good on ya. I think that's a smart move and a safe move. I should probably do the same thing, but I haven't because I'm lazy. Let's do all that onion goodness. Done. All right. Santoku, that is a good size. I used to have one, loved it. Santoku's a good one. Benjamin Chai. Go. They're not all perfectly even. If I was in like a French kitchen or something at a big restaurant, I know they would not be too pleased with me, but they're close enough, and we're caramelizing these down. And you know what? It's quarantine times, so anything goes. Yeah, Chic Geek, I did kind of forget what I was making there for a minute. I was like, well, we're dicing onions, because we always dice onions. And no, we don't. Sometimes we slice them. Maybe for the next one of these, I'll have like notes to myself just so I don't forget stuff. That'd be pretty good. Thomas, good question. Thomas asked if these are going to be a regular thing. Might start watching if they are. I think so. At least they're going to be daily for the foreseeable future. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I'll do one tomorrow. I'll commit to that now. But yeah, maybe we'll do a weekly thing. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll subscribe to my newsletter. If you go to my website, it's just anthonyledon.com. Subscribe to the newsletter. That's the easiest and fastest way to get updates from me. And I'll be sure to announce whenever I'm doing these things in the future. And then on Instagram at anthonyledon, and Twitter I'm starting to use a little bit more. I was kind of against Twitter for a little while, but then I just kind of started using it. I liked it a little bit, and that's it. All right. Yo. Do you do Twitch? Noelle, what is Twitch? I feel like, am I an old man for not knowing what Twitch is? That's like a streaming thing, right? No, the answer is no, I don't use it. So. Yeah, Thomas, we'll let you know. Thanks for the suggestion, I appreciate that. But yeah, definitely, newsletter's a good way to hit. I send out recipes and stuff. Twitch, not Twitter. Is that Benjamin Chai said Twitch, not Twitter. Is that a suggestion? Or is that... Oh, okay, yeah, Twitch is a streaming service. Got it. Oh, if you're cooking this at home, you don't need all these onions for this specific recipe. I just like making a lot of caramelized onions at once because it takes a long time to make them. They last for a long time in the fridge. You can probably freeze them up and they go pretty well. And you can like add them to anything. Like I've added them to dips before, like, chips and dip. You can make French onion soup with them. Put them on a sandwich. Dude, they're so good. Oh. All right, almost done. These were big onions. Jane asked, what made me get into cooking? Good question. Well, like my parents cooked, which was nice because then we could eat. And so that's kind of how I got, started cooking. I just liked it. I thought it was cool. And then I used it to like impress girls early on. And then I think in college I started cooking a lot more, like cooked my way through Rachel Ray's cookbooks and stuff. I don't know, I kind of became like the apartment mom in that sense, where like my roommates and I, like I'd cook for them sometimes, and it was just fun. And then I like cooking because there's so many different ways you can go with it, and you can always I can always continue learning and getting better. It's just fun to. It's endless. I could start learning how to do any sort of the multitude of Asian cuisines that I've never explored before. It's just kind of fun. Like there's different ways to go with it, and I can always get better, new techniques. And then from a creative perspective, you start thinking about, well, what can we make with stuff that we have in our fridge or in our pantry? And that's when it gets kind of fun, I think, too, is that you start thinking creatively and like, whoa, would these flavors go together? Anyway, I know Rich Ray is an icon. So anyway, that's the answer to your question, Jane. Okay, let's get these caramelized onions started. Butter. You don't have to measure if you don't want to. This is probably 3 tablespoons of butter. Actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? I'll get I'll weigh it out so we can. Cooking feels like chemistry in the kitchen, says air horn noises. Totally agree. That is, if you haven't already read it, the Modernist Cuisine at Home cookbook is super good. What are we cooking today? Says Simon. I'll get back to you in just one second. But the Modernist Cuisine cookbook at home is perfect for any sort of that chemistry stuff. And they kind of teach you how to do old things with new techniques, like using pressure cookers is an old school technique. I guess that would be an old technique, but now I use it for rice and risottos in a pinch, or lentils, stuff like that. You can pressure cook meats, like the tough cuts of meat, like pork shoulder, that kind of stuff. It breaks them down without losing a whole bunch of moisture. It's great. Let me weigh, in case anybody's cooking along, I'm just telling you how much butter to use. That was about 45 grams, so about 3 tablespoons, roughly, of butter. It's going in there. We're starting over medium heat, just until they warm up, and then we'll drop the heat down a little bit so that they don't brown. The big thing here is that we just don't want, yes, Dutch oven, Marcellus, love it. We just don't want these to brown. We just want them to caramelize. That way we won't get any sort of bitter sauteed flavors, which can be nice, but not here. We get just a whole bunch of sweetness, and that's what we're after. So to answer your question, what are we cooking today? Well, we made Negronis earlier, and we're also, in terms of the actual dish, we're making, it's a cauliflower dish with Gruyere in a bechamel, and then and some caramelized onions. So it's a Jose Andres recipe, kind of modification of his, or at least that's where I first saw it. So it's a pretty basic one. You can do, if you wanted to sub in Benjamin Chai, La Russe Gastronomique. That is one book I regretted purging from my collection. I donated it to my apartment building when my wife and I moved and downsized, and I wish I had that book. But yeah, cauliflower, bechamel, Gruyere. What else is going in there? And caramelized onions. And if you don't have cauliflower, you can sub in broccoli, actually, and then I would probably switch to a cheddar. I think that'd be good, like a sharp cheddar cheese. Cool? Okay, what are we doing? That's gonna start. Turn the heat back up a little bit. I just want to hear them sizzle a tiny bit. Yes, it is sick. It's awesome. We just want to hear these sizzle just a little bit, just so we know that they're cooking. They shouldn't saute, but just a light little, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to leave these bowls out because I'll probably use those in a minute. Noelle, do I have a Patreon? No, I don't. Bechamel with Gruyere is a Mornay. You know what? I think you're right, Noelle. Yes. I don't know if there's anything else that needs to go into a Mornay for it to be called a Mornay, or if it's just bechamel plus cheese. But I think you're right, Noelle. Jane, love the aesthetic of my kitchen. Thanks. I love your taste. Yes, air horn, you don't explode. I love it. Get a copy of LaRue. I know, Ben, I gotta get it back. Mornay, that's, yeah, I think it's right spelling. Yeah. I don't know, you guys will figure it out. I don't know if you can hear it, but we have just a little bit going on here. This is gonna take a while, like 30 minutes at least, so. The big thing you want to do, you don't need to baby caramelized onions. You just want to make sure they don't completely dry out. So I know like Thomas Keller in his books recommends taking like basically making a little parchment paper hat to go in here with a hole in the middle so that it releases some of the steam, but keeps enough so that they don't dry out. I'm usually too lazy to do that, so I just use a lid for my Dutch oven. That usually works. There we go. Let's do that. What else we got? Mornay, yes. Bechamel Gruyere. A baking stream, asks Ravik. Good question. Don't know. I'm not a huge baker. I could. I mean, I can. I can do so many different things. But I might get into baking a little bit more and do a stream on that. I did recently test. I wanted to cook up some soufflés, so I had a soufflé at a restaurant called Les Soufflés in Paris, France, a few weeks ago. Absolutely loved it, so I wanted to learn how to make soufflé, and happy to say that I did it. I mean, not that anybody doubted me, but clean my room. But here I'm. Yeah, no, you don't need to. Do you have to stir them? Asks Jane H. Yeah, it's probably a good idea every once in a while. I don't need to yet, as long as they're not browning, which I should probably check. But yeah, you just want to make sure they're not browning. We're good. The butter's melted. The moisture's starting to come out of them. Yeah, so we could stir it. You know, we don't have to. I mean, we will eventually. When the more the moisture comes out and they start to caramelize, they will start to caramelize quicker and quicker. So you got to watch what your heat's at. A lot of times I'll end up moving it from my big burner to a smaller burner. And if you have even like a diffuser, that might come in handy too. Because what'll happen is, especially if you're not cooking a whole bunch of onions in here, if the quantity of them is small, then you'll get to like this little bit of onions and then they'll start to brown and almost burn, and that's dangerous for the flavor. And instead of switching pots, a diffuser works. So. It's not a pink shirt stream if he doesn't burn something. That is 100% true. You are absolutely right, Noel. Jai Kaiser asks, how long does it take to caramelize the onions? Okay, so I don't know how like chefs on Food Network and in some of the cookbooks say like it takes 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Dude, this takes me like, I don't know, 45 minutes or an hour sometimes. That's why I wanted to get this going now. So to answer your question, I don't know, 45 minutes is probably a good average. Who asked that? That was how long? Jai Kaiser. Yeah, or Jal? Jai. Okay, good. Jane H, do I use salted or unsalted butter? Do you add salt to help them release their moisture? Great question. So I generally just use salted butter because that's what I buy. I've never really noticed a huge difference between salted and unsalted butter in my cooking applications. Like if I fry stuff in butter, I've used both. I don't notice a difference. Even like in flavor, maybe I don't have good taste buds. I don't know, but I don't really notice a difference. So in this, I'm using salted. I think that's fine. In terms of adding salt to help them release their moisture, I read somewhere once that you shouldn't salt caramelized onions until the end because it actually prevents them from caramelizing. I don't know if that's true or if it's fake news. Maybe somebody in the comments could let me know. But I think I read that somewhere. So I don't salt until the end. But then we salt generously. Noelle asks, can I talk about behind the scenes in Epicurious? Yeah, what do you want to know? I'm an open book for the most part. I can't tell you all the weird, crazy stuff we do. The parties are pretty epic. They're great. Yeah, but what do you want to know? We shoot stuff. We do 4 levels. We do the basic skills challenge. Here's my cat. Air horn noises. I'm glad it could be entertainment for your cat. That's actually my life's dream. So consider me fully actualized. I fulfilled myself as a human being in making air horn noises as cat meow. So my job here is done. You're welcome. Okay. Who's Sarah Carey? Is that a Food Network chef? Oh, Lacey Gunnison. Glad to have you here. Glad you found the stream. If I look here, this is my computer. This is you on YouTube. This is Instagram. So, hey everybody, good to see you. Frank butchered his own cow. I'm not at liberty to discuss Frank's cow raising or butchering, but let's just say he doesn't not butcher the cow. How long does it take to film? So the 4 levels probably takes, well, it takes me, like I'm probably on set, probably 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. It's not that long. Or like the FAQs aren't that long either. FAQs are a little bit shorter. Those are maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, an hour and a half. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Becca, good. How often? You know what, Noelle? So Noelle's asking how often do the 50 people try people? You know, the basic skills challenge and Epicurious. How long do the amateurs, or how often do they cut themselves? I have no idea. I've actually never met any of the other basic skills people because they just basically have us in one at a time. We shoot, you know, a bunch of them, get us out of there. Next one goes in. That's how those work. So I don't know. I think some of the producers said that like they're that's the one thing they're most afraid of, but that they haven't had any major issues yet. So I don't know. If you're just joining us, we're caramelizing some onions for our cauliflower dish, which is going to be cauliflower bechamel. Well, I guess we can now call it cauliflower with mornay and caramelized onions, since a mornay is a bechamel plus Gruyere. So, all right, I'm gonna let these kind of hang out for a bit, and let's kind of get our mise en place ready for the next step, shall we? The answer is yes. All right, now that that's actually cooking, I'm gonna have to get a little bit. Can you still see me over here? Yes, you can. Great. God, you can see everything. I hope my place isn't a mess. Is this distracting? No, it's there for now. We'll deal with it later. Hey guys. What are we cooking today? Oh yeah, I got that. Okay. Everyone's covered. There's nobody there. We're fine. Benjamin asks, are we shooting in conjunction for the 4 levels or are we doing it together? We don't do it in conjunction. Those are all, that's the same way. They just have us in kind of one at a time. I mean, occasionally we'll see each other like there. That's kind of cool, getting to meet. Like I met Rose, she's a hoot. I met Gabrielle, she's great. I haven't met Frank or David or Emily. I would love to meet all those people because they seem like a blast. Or Lorenzo, I haven't met Lorenzo either. He seems like an awesome dude. So I'd love to grab, so I think somebody in the comments, not here, but on the Epicurious video suggested that we all grab beers together. I'm down. I'm just gonna put myself out there on the record as saying that. So, there we go. Air horn noises asks, what's the biggest disaster I've ever had in the kitchen? I answered this yesterday. You may not have caught it. I'll be brief about it today. But I was just starting to get I just finished cooking the French Laundry, that cookbook. And I wanted to impress my parents, so I made them mashed potatoes. And I forgot how to do it. So I used an immersion blender to whip up the potatoes, and it basically it's almost like kneading dough, and the gluten became so tight in there that it was basically like this giant ball of mashed potatoes that you had to chip off pieces to eat, and that I think was my biggest blunder in the kitchen. So put some ketchup in there. Is this Ben? Are you Emily? I should. That actually might be. No, I don't think I did. Okay, let's get mise en place. Giant thing of cauliflower. What else we need? Gruyere eventually. I have 3 things of Gruyere. Way too much. Hey everyone, who do we have on there? Good to see you. We're cooking. I'm having Negronis. Join me. And we're cooking cauliflower with Mornay sauce. Now I can say that. Now we know. Got her to the shop. Get a day tomorrow. I'm making dinner for her. Catch you later. Pink Shirt Gang. Thomas, thanks so much for joining us. Glad to have you. We'll see you next time. Cat Trap is asking if Epicurus is a standard set with hair and makeup but no wardrobe. Is there any crossover with the Bon Appetit test kitchen people or back of the house logistics? No idea. I don't know. In terms of they don't do hair and we don't need hair and makeup when you look this good. We just come to set ready. I mean, we do our own stuff for that. It's pretty low key. Like they have super talented people, running director, production, and then like the camera people, audio, the script people. They're all not even script, but like making sure we do everything we need to do. They're all super talented, but it's like a low key. It's not like let's really create some drama and do this. They're just all super down to earth, awesome people, and the set is like, there's no like big hair and makeup. We're not big stars. I mean, I am, but yeah. Do air horn. So you'd think it sounds amazing, but it was so hard to eat. Like the mashed potatoes, it was a ball, and you had to like chew. It was gummy. Oh, it just wasn't very good. What's the back-to-back series? Oh, is that the... How long does it take to air? Asks Noel. I like the sound of Pink Shirt Gang too. I don't know, Noel. I think on average like a few weeks to... I think they're editing. It takes them a few weeks. I think, on average. Don't know. At least by the, from the time that I go into the time it's out, it could be anywhere from like a few weeks to maybe a few months sometimes for the basic skills, because they stagger those, they release those one at a time. All right, can you see those coming out? Oven door exploding was your worst thing, air horn? Yowza. Benjamin Shy, yes, I would love to do their back-to-back series. I think if you're talking about the one where the pro chef and the novice chef swap, yes, I'd love to be a part of that as well. They might invite me in if they have like a dish that they think I'd be good for. But if not, I get to work with them on other stuff, so I can't complain. Hi, Instagram folks. I'm talking to YouTube and Instagram at the same time, so don't feel like I'm neglecting you, even though I am. All right. So I'm just going to go in here, cut off this big old stem. You can't see it, but just trust me. So you can kind of see these parts falling off. Noel, no, I have not done the recipe switch yet. I think you're talking about the Pro Chef novice one or whatever, like where like Frank cooks Lorenzo's, whatever, $20 steak or something. I think that's what you mean. No, I haven't done that. Top 3 funniest moments on set. Oh, you know what? It was unintentional, but when the champagne, or when the sparkling wine bottle exploded on me, or popped, that was unexpected. I should have seen it coming because I could kind of feel the cork starting to move, but I really wanted to sound smart, and I was like, well, some people put a towel over it, but I don't need to. And then I was making a joke that a bartender told me, like, the sound of when you open a champagne bottle, it should sound like a woman's fart, and that's it. But in the middle of making the joke, the cork flew off, and that was pretty funny, because then that was a mess. What else we need? Got to catch up on those. Recipe switch, no. Do they offer a lot of food in the studio? Oh yeah, I mean they do offer us food in the studio in terms of like whatever we've just cooked, or like for instance on the 50 people try or basic skills challenge stuff. Like I grated an entire thing of cheese, and they're like, do you want the cheese? And I was like, yeah, I kind of want the cheese. So they bagged it up for me. And I walked off set and out of the building we were in New York, and with a bag of cheese under my jacket. And I felt like I was smuggling something I wasn't supposed to be, but it was just a bag of shredded, sharp cheddar cheese. Anyway, we're just breaking this off into big old florets, and then we'll break them down after that a little bit farther. Let's save that for later. All right, let's not make a mess here. That's the only thing I don't want to do. Who prepares the cooking materials? Asked Ben Chai. Who does? Oh, not Rhoda. She helps sometimes with like food styling stuff. They have a team of people back there. Epicurious has a team of people that help prepare a lot of the food. So like when we do the 4 levels thing, I'll cook one and then they'll have. It's like a real cooking show where they're like, all right, we're gonna put our food in the oven and oh, we have a finished one right here. That's kind of what we do. So every time it like breaks into chapters, they have food coming. Like if I just made the dough for the donuts, they'll have the fully formed dough and it's already risen and stuff like that. So they have a team of folks in the kitchen that does that, and they're super great. They're all really nice and helpful. Yeah. All right, I'm just breaking these up into like small florets. You can do it by hand if you want. A knife helps speed things up, but let's see. Let's get some of the smaller ones here. Good. Welcome. Glad to have you on here, Iro AV and Nick Toma. Are we still shooting with the epidemic? I don't know. Actually, I'm scheduled to go in later this month. Yeah, I think we are. 'Cause, I mean, it's a wide open set, and there's not that many people there, so I think we'll be okay. But I know that they say not to leave your place unless it's not to leave your home unless it's really important. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. I'll let them be the judge of that. Like if they want to call it, and then we'll cancel. But I think we are. James Chan asked if the final product is not something I made myself. On the 4 levels videos, like the one where I take it out, where they, I come back, whatever, from the oven or whatever, technically, no, somebody has prepared that, but so I didn't make it. I just sent in the recipe so that they know, exactly what to do, and then we talk about it like, hey, what if we switched out this for that, or that kind of thing. So, it's cool. What state am I in? I'm in New York, Noel. Nice knife. Do you want to chat about it while you chop? Oh yeah, this is a Kramer knife, a Bob Kramer knife from Zwilling. I love it. It's big. It's heavy. It fits. Like it just feels like a natural in my hand. Although it's not sharp right now, I need to get that fixed. But I've had a bunch of knives. Victorinox is another great knife. I love them. They're super reasonably priced, like $20-$30 for a knife. That is amazing. I think, if my wife ever divorces me, it'll be because I got rid of her Victorinox knife. Because I thought, oh, we don't use that. We did. So the recipe is my own. Yes, Ben Chai. The recipe is my own. Or sometimes I'll like base it on something it's my own. I've either adapted it from someone else. Like this recipe is kind of based off of a Jose Andres thing. The donuts, I think, were kind of my play on a Thomas Keller recipe because like he does amazing stuff and everything tastes great. So. All right, can you see this? We're just kind of breaking it up. I'm just, some of them are going to be a little bit bigger. They'll break down when we steam them a little bit. And then let's just cut some of that off. Good. Yeah, of course. James Chan, happy to answer. Did I get all your questions? Yeah. What is my guilty pleasure? No one's asked me that. That's a good question. I don't have a lot of guilt in like pleasurable things. I know that's not a great answer, but like things that are fun, I just kind of do them. Why not? Sometimes I feel bad about like spending a lot of money on camera gear. That's kind of dorky, but I love having a cool camera like that we're shooting on today. I love taking pictures. I'm working on setting up a photography store on my website. Technically it is up and it's working, but I haven't like promoted it or done anything with it yet. But yeah, that might be the guilty pleasure, is like spending money on camera equipment, once a year. Who asked about the stems in the bowl and florets? No, I didn't, Robert. I've got all the florets right here, and then I kept the stems here. We can just want to make sure these aren't browning. browning a little tiny bit. So someone's got to remind me every once in a while to stir these bad boys. What is up? So good to see you. I wish I could wave at each and every one of you on Instagram, but my hands are tied right now. You know, the feeling, it's the thought that counts, right? Okay. I'm just gonna, see, can you see this? We're starting to see a little tiny bit of color. That's okay, that's good. But we've been cooking these for almost 40 minutes, so I'll try. If I can speed them up, I will, but I don't think I can. It's dangerous. Okay. What veggie do I discuss? Oh, eggplant. Eggplant's the only veggie that just disgusts me. The texture is gross. It's halfway between a sponge and a cracker, and it's just not good. I don't know how people love it. I don't know. Eggplant. It's gross. More than a better. Props for my food close-ups. What do you mean, Noel? Like different bowls or something? Talk to me, Goose. Just wash my knife. Be right back. I think we're done cooking. The Gruyere I'm going to grate, and then I think that's it. I'll put this away. That's kind of the benefit, I think, of doing mise en place, right? The onions, I know we needed to get in because I didn't want the show to be 2 hours long, but once we get all of our stuff ready, then we can put all the cutting board and all the stuff away, and then we can just cook. So. Alrighty, let's do this. We have to grate some cheese. Oh yeah. Bam. Oh, and if you're just joining us on Instagram, welcome. We made Negronis earlier, and then right now we're doing it's a cauliflower dish with a Mornay sauce, which is basically a bechamel plus cheese. In this case, we're doing Gruyere. So, what was I going to do? Oh, props like bowls, knives. Yeah. You know what? That's a great thought. I'm happy to hear suggestions, Noel, on what I should do here, because I don't really know. I know the cooking part. That's about it. Eggplant breaded and fried, similar to fried mushrooms. So, E-Huck over here is saying eggplant breaded and fried is similar to fried mushrooms. I'll take your word for it. Actually, that might be pretty good. I mean, I know that I dislike eggplant, but I could probably get behind that. Anything breaded and fried. Oh, I have a recipe on my website, I think, for breaded and fried eggplant, and I even joke, that's the only way I like it. I forgot that I did that. So, there you go. Okay, so we need, what was I going to do? About 5 ounces, about 150 grams of Gruyere. So that and that. It's a little over 150. We'll call it. Oh no, it's 170. I think that's what I need. That's my little pupper in the background in case you can't hear. It is so good. Our Rachma? Did I pronounce it right? Rachma? I hope so. James Chan, is this for dinner? Yeah, this will be for dinner, I think. I don't know why I do it so early, but it's not too far out from the time that I normally eat. Or else you get angry. Not just any cheese. Mornay always needs Gruyere. Well, okay. Actually, yeah, I bet that's true. I gotta look that up. Who's got the LaRousse gastronomique? Was that Benjamin? Did someone look up Mornay? Close enough. Yeah, it's close enough. All right, let's get this Gruyere grated. Almost there. Just don't grate my fingers. That's how I got this little guy. Okay, you're done. And then this extra little bit. Grana Padano into Mornay. That could be pretty good. I could get, is this? Oh no, this is Ginepro. This is a different kind of cheese. You know what? Benjamin Chai sneaks in Grana Padano into his Mornay. I'm sneaking some Ginepro into ours. Ginepro's it's a gin-soaked pecorino cheese. It's pretty good. The gin you can't really taste it a bunch, but it adds just a little bit of a juniper note. Okay. Good, let's cut off the edge of that one. Thank you. Where's my rasper? It's a little harder cheese, so we can use the rasper on this guy. Hopefully you guys can see there on Instagram. Becca, yeah, you know what? I am. I'm working my way through it. I've got a cookbook on submission right now. No bites. Nobody's biting on it, so I might have to self-publish it or something. Don't know. But it's calling it Size Matters. It's a small plate book. Just because normally when my wife and I go to restaurants or with people, it's like the most fun for us to get a handful of different things as opposed to like each have our own giant entree. So I wanted to recreate that at home and then put it in a book and sell it to you guys so you guys could make it at home too. So anyway, yes, Ben Shai, great suggestion. We are going to keep the rinds for stocks. What I'm falling behind on some comments here. Oh, Eglantina, any advice for someone that just started cooking? Yeah, cook a lot. Experiment with different things, like try different cookbooks. The biggest turning point in my cooking background came when I cooked my way through. Actually, my wife and I did it kind of together. It was fun. We cooked our way through the French Laundry Cookbook by Thomas Keller, and we basically did every recipe except I think there's like a snout to tail pork recipe, and then there's like the truffle ones, just because we couldn't afford truffles because they're so friggin' expensive. But basically, cooking our way through that book taught me so much about technique and about cleaning up as I go as well, which makes for a far less stressful cooking environment, I think. Because then I'm not worried about like where the spatula is, what's clean and what's dirty. I can just focus on one task at a time. Let's get the cheese grated. I probably should have put that in a bowl before I started doing other stuff, but you get the idea. So yeah, cook a lot. Advice for new cooks is cook a lot, cook your way through different cookbooks, experiment with different things. Like pick a cuisine that you kind of like, and find cookbooks in that area. Like I love Italian cooking, French cooking. That's kind of like my starting point. And then, so that's why I cooked like a bunch of French Laundry, a bunch of Thomas Keller books. Ad Hoc at Home, Ad Hoc is a great cookbook. My website has a couple of recommendations for books that like changed the way I did things. Oh, and the Modernist Cuisine at Home has some of them are kind of challenging. Not in the French Laundry is very challenging recipes from like a composition, like lots of steps, takes a long time, but they're so worth it and the flavors are incredible. But Modernist Cuisine at Home's great cookbook because you can cook some simple things and it teaches you like the science behind it, which I always appreciate, just understanding what's going on. So, okay. Benjamin Chai is asking if I've ever tried Southeast Asian recipes. No, I don't think I have. That's one that really interests me, but I just haven't like done any of it. That's it. So if you have a cookbook recommendation or something like to just get started, I'd love to hear it. So those rinds, by the way, I'm just putting in the freezer in a Ziploc bag. Okay. Let's get going. Let's put this in a bowl. If you don't already do this, this is a sweet, sweet hack for like grating cheese and stuff. I actually sometimes will chop onions on top of a piece of parchment paper because I don't have to wash down my board. So, not a bad idea. Okay, let's get that in a bowl. I'll make a mess. Amy, yes, of course you may ask how many pink shirts I have. I have 2 currently, plus I have a pink, my dog's running around, so cute. 2 pink shirts like this. I have a pink Hawaiian shirt that I might break out here pretty soon. And then my wife just bought me a couple of pink t-shirts from H&M. So my number may get up to like 5 or 6 here pretty soon. Yes, YouTube, the YouTube username there. Yeah, pink shirts are mine. I just wore them once on Epicurious videos, and I noticed some people started trolling me in the comments or whatever, like saying I was an old man, or and they were like talking about the guy in the pink shirt, and it just became easier to troll them back if I could search YouTube comments for the word pink. So I just wore it next time, and it worked out well. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome. Okay, cheese is done. We've got to cook up. I think we're good. Oh, I'll pour. Let's get the milk, butter, and flour ready. That's all, actually almost all we have left. Okay. I'm back. I haven't gone too far. Okay, what did I think I said 3 tablespoons of each pink shirt boomer. Yeah, that was it. No, I can't be more mindful of the mic. You figure it out. Turn your volume down if it's too loud. I mean, I'll try, but it's going to take a little while. I take... Yes, exactly. Okay, let's go 3 tablespoons of butter, so that's about 50 grams. Let's go, we'll round up. Let's do this, so hopefully you can see. So this is my soapbox moment for using grams. I'm a big fan of it. It just makes things a little bit easier. I don't have to use like measuring cups or spoons or anything. I can just put it on a scale, cut off what I think is about 50 grams. That's 45. Actually, that's about 3 tablespoons. So we'll call it good. 45 grams. It makes it easy. And then I can do the same with this. Oh, you have a recommended curfew, James, in New Jersey? Oh, yikes. Hopefully we don't get that. I don't know. Yeah, discount Ryan Reynolds. I'll take the compliment. I like it. Maybe Ryan Reynolds is just a discount Anthony LaDon. Anybody ever think about that? You know? He's lucky. Oh, thanks for the clarification, air horn noises. Appreciate it. Good to know. Okay. I am trying to be a little bit quieter for you, Noel. All right, we're doing I think that's about 3 tablespoons. I think I use a 2-to-1 by weight. So we got 2 butter, 1 flour, and if we're going about 50 here, we'll go about 25 here. If we need to add more flour to thicken it up, we will, but I think we'll be pretty good. Okay, and last but not least, some milk. And we need about 3 cups. So like that's 240, about 250, so about 750 milliliters, a little under that. And I just, with milk, I use 1 milliliter is pretty close to a gram. I know milk's a little bit lighter, so we'll go a little bit under 750. Oh, I should have gotten, that's not gonna be tall enough. That's 650. Well, that's close enough. We'll put a little in at the end. Yeah, Ben, great idea. I love the eyeball thing as well. I like to get directionally close. That's why I use. Okay. Yeah, I'm going. You know what? Let's go back live. Why not? Okay. Yeah, Ben, I eyeball too sometimes. I like to get close though, at least like directionally. So that's why. And also, if I'm giving a recipe to someone, I want them to know like exactly what I did, so that then they can get closer themselves. You know what I mean? Okay. And yes, air horn noises. I do use whole fat milk. I don't think there's any reason to go anything less than full fat, full flavor. I just don't like. I don't like the texture of like 1% or skim milk. Why are you even drinking milk at that point? I think. So that's just me. Okay, we're good there. Let's check on these. Oh, can you see how these are cooking way down? We're starting to get a little more color on them. They are looking so good. And they smell super like sweet oniony. They smell amazing. It's gonna be awesome. And we're already on low heat here. So I've already dropped this way down. And it's still, I got a little bit of browning in there, but it's not too bad. We're getting pretty good. If your caramelized onions do start to brown a little too quick, you can always add a little bit of water in there. Just spoon in some water. You're good to go. Okay, so that's going to finish up. All we need to do now is make our bechamel, our mornay, and then we're going to steam these as well. I'm going to need a big pot for this, and I've got all my onions in here. Should we switch them? Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, Benjamin. You go by Ben or is it Benjamin? Well, let me know. But yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I like to at least tell people kind of exactly what's going on, and then I figured they can figure it out. Like, you can adjust the recipe with whatever you've got on hand or to your flavor. So, no, Jeff, hey buddy, good to see you. No, it's not an induction top. We're cooking with gas here. This is straight up gas. No induction. That'd be pretty cool though. I like induction. Okay, let's steam. You know what I'm gonna do though? Since we have a lot of cauliflower and this is big and this pan is little, I think I'm gonna swap. Yeah, I'm gonna swap them. We're just gonna do it. Okay, we'll get that cooking. I'm just gonna warm up the pan over high real fast. You don't have to do that. You don't have to swap these around, but I just need this big pan for cauliflower. Oh, you know what, maybe, nope, that's not gonna fit. Do you think this is gonna fit here? Should I try it? Okay, I'll try it. Let's get back up. Let's just see if this works. Oh, if this works, it would save me so much. No, it's not. But you know what? We just don't need to cook all of it. How about that? I'll save some of this for another use. You know what? That's even better. There we go. Now I can get 2 recipes out of 1 cauliflower head. I'm amazing. You know? Okay. There we go. My hubris knows no bounds. I'm doing a lazy steam here, so I probably should have heated that up first, dropped cauliflower in, and then let them steam, but... Oh yeah, you know what, Noel, great suggestion. I'll use #PinkShirtGuy next time. I'm still trying to get this all figured out, so these suggestions are great. But yeah, we're just gonna steam these real fast. We're just gonna heat up the water. That'll just take like the crisp off of them. They'll end up cooking in the oven for maybe 10 minutes or so, but yeah. Big brain boomer. I love it. What a great, yeah, I love that phrase. What else? Do you guys have any requests for like next time for cooking? Or for cocktails too? Any cocktails you want to learn how to make or want to have together? No? Cool, good talk. Glad I asked. Oh, my button is undone. Is it cool to leave the button wide open like that? All right, that is not boiling yet. These are almost done. We'll have to turn that back on. If you're just joining us, we're still caramelizing the onions. We're going to steam some cauliflower. The two will meet, and they will be married with a bechamel, a Mornay sauce, and then we'll bake it off for maybe 10 to 15 to get everything thickened up. This is, if you haven't read it or haven't gotten it, it's a Jose Andres-ish recipe. It's kind of my spin on. Actually, it's pretty much his. I think I just changed some of the quantities, but he's got a book called Vegetables that I think is pretty good. Requested chicken heart. Okay, Noelle, I'm gonna have to source that. That's gonna be hard to find, I think. Milk punch. Ooh, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna have to write that down. Oh, carbonara, air horn. That is my favorite pasta dish. Yes. Carbonara. We'll have to add that to the list. And Becca, we probably had a Manhattan when we were in Chicago, I think. Can't remember. Manhattan in Chicago. Seems fitting. We just had Manhattans yesterday, so I may need to wait for a couple of these to come back and revisit that. But mojito. Oh, okay. Lock the coal so the button's got to be undone. Keeps the channel sex appeal alive and well. So that's what we're doing. This channel is first and foremost about sex appeal, obviously. Coach Nita Pubil. Oh, you know what? I've never cooked that. I want to. That's a great suggestion. Marcellus. Yeah. Marcellus, where are you from? Where's everybody from? Some of you guys I kind of remember from yesterday. We lost Simon. He's not here today. He was my Swede, my kompis from Sweden. Kompis is how you say friend in Swedish, or buddy. I learned that. Okay, caramelized onions are getting there. This is good. Yeah, Becca, watch it. It was, obviously I was in it, so it was great. But you go check it out, the live from yesterday. I think it's still on YouTube. I think you can find it there. Instagram people. I don't know if you, I think you can see it on my stories, but with the comments and everything else, and I think I put the recipe there from yesterday. If not, I will. It's going to be over on YouTube. Carbonara, yes. Chicken pot pie, chic geek. Yeah, I could probably do that. Nederlands from Marcellus. Well, welcome. Usprecht heel goed Nederlands. Fresh pasta. Ooh. Yeah, we could do that, Jeff. That's actually a really good idea. I don't have the crank anymore, like, the press. That would be an awesome one, though. Oh, man, now I'm kind of regretting getting rid of it. You're actually Malaysia, Ben Shai? Whew. Still from Poland, Ravik. Is it Ravich or Ravik? Let me know. Brazilian here. I do not quarantine city. Jeff Posadas. Yeah, you guys were like, that was epicenter up there. Now it's everywhere, but that, that was rough. It wasn't your parents' place, was it? Or, it wasn't your mom's, is she still running the old folks' homes? Or, the retirement communities? Anyway, let me know. Pennsylvania. No, it's never, Penn is great. It's not boring. No, it's not. I love Pennsylvania. It's so beautiful. The Alleghenies driving through there. It's you guys have a lot to be happy about. Watching from Boston, Gail's Kitchen. Welcome, Boston. I love that city. It's so much fun to visit. You guys have. It was freezing cold. I think I did. Last time I was there, I walked the Freedom Trail, and it was like 14 degrees. I don't know why. I have no idea why people settled there. Or here for that matter. But that is so cold. Did they not know when they got there? Okay. Texas. Love that state. San Antonio. El Paso had some of the best, American Mexican food there. That was fantastic. The 6, Toronto. Chic Geek. C is in car, Ravik. Okay, Ravik. Oh, good. Okay, good, Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, you guys have Yingling. Yeah. Becca. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're from Houston. I forgot. That's why I love Texas, because you're there. Becca Manuel. Okay. These are getting pretty close. We could let these go a lot longer, and they would. Can you see them? Can everybody see these? We can let these go a lot longer, and the flavor would get better. And I'll keep letting them go while we finish steaming the cauliflower. Technically, we could go with these though, so this is fine. And I think when the Food Network people or like those cookbooks that say, oh, it'll take you 20 minutes, maybe they're getting something like this color, but I like mine to be a rich color. Our opinions on New Jersey. New Jersey's great. I think New Jersey gets a lot of crap. Some of it is not justified. I think if you're going to be in Jersey, be out in Jersey. Be way out. Like I know a lot of people will try to defend Hoboken and Union City or like Fort Lee or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're just across the river from Manhattan. But it's like, why not just live in Manhattan if you're going to, I joke a lot about New Jersey. It's a great state. It's lovely. I love it. Okay, are these steaming yet? I got to get out of this I love New Jersey conversation because Texas heat in the summer, totally agree. Noah Site says, oh yeah, air hornet. Yeah, I was born. Oh, Noel. So I'm in New York now, but I'm from Seattle. I mean, from the Seattle area. I was actually born and raised in the Tacoma, Washington area, and then left. So, yes, I can. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. People are. Yeah, we good. Let me know if there's anything else. We do the Earth sandwich because I'm on the opposite side of the Earth. Oh yeah, Ben. Yeah, you're down. Where'd you say you were? God. I gotta keep up. Malaysia. That's right. Oh man, 5 a.m. That is early. Welcome, folks, on Instagram if you're new. We're almost done caramelizing some onions. We're almost done steaming some cauliflower. And we're going to mix it all together with a quick bechamel sauce, which we're going to add cheese to, which will make it a what? Mornay. And then we'll eat. It'll be great. Least favorite state? What is my least favorite state? I don't know. It feels kind of bad to pick on one. Pennsylvania has some weird laws, like with their liquor stores and wine stores and whatnot. That kind of knocks it down a few marks in my book, but I don't have a least favorite. Yeah, I know it's kind of a weak answer. Florida's kind of the obvious choice just because they're a little bit weird, but I've got relatives in Florida. Love them. They're great. So I like their part of Florida. Dude, air horn, I'm with you. They've been caramelizing for the entire time this live has been on, so over an hour. And they're almost done. They're getting there. That's why I'm saying I don't know how Food Network, or maybe I'm kind of dissing on them, but some of the recipes say it'll take like 20 minutes. They're lying. Okay, those are steaming. Those are just about done. Let's make our Mornay and get this show on the road because I don't want to keep you guys here for longer than an hour, and I already kind of have. So let's see how these guys did. That's hot. Still hot. Perfect. You know about Florida Man all the way down to Malaysia? That's great. Okay, let's get this cauliflower. As you can tell, this is not a super polished TV show thing here. This is really just, if you were with me in my kitchen cooking and having me talk at you the entire time, this is what it would be like. So thanks for bearing with me as we kind of figure this stuff out. Noel, I have used a pressure cooker for the onions. They came out pretty darn good. I think I used too much butter when I did it last time though, because it was like really buttery. But I just put them in 16-ounce jars. Like I just put butter and onions in 16-ounce jars in a pressure cooker for, I can't remember, like an hour or so. I don't remember how long it took. It was a while, but I didn't have to do anything. Maybe it was 30 minutes, whatever. But they came out great, just a little buttery. and there are worse faults. All right. Almost there. Let's get our bechamel. That is going to rest here. It's really kind of disorganized, but that's how it works. Well, close your ears if that's loud. Oh, you know what? That's what we're going to use at the end. Where's the little guy? Okay. Where do I put all my stuff? Perfect. We can show that one. Jeff, yes, I agree with you. It's more, I do this more because I'm afraid of burning them. And I don't want to, if I'm yakking in the camera and stuff, I'll forget to add a little bit of water and stuff. So yes, I think you are totally right. The water slows it down. You know what? I think we're about ready to take the lid off. Why not? Let's take the lid off this thing and show the world what we've got. Because they're about done. Running out of room here. This is what it's like cooking in a tiny Manhattan kitchen. All right, we're just gonna melt the butter, whisk in some flour, put the milk in. Oh, the small fork is worse for you. Okay, good to know, good to know. Yeah, air horn. Yeah. Well, so this is yeah. It probably does in general. This is disorganized for me because usually I love having a specific thing cleaned up, and then now my OCD, not really, but it's kicking in where I'm like, oh, I got too many things. I'll probably knock something over. That's how I feel. Okay, butter's melting. This is good. We'll start off making a roux. We'll melt the butter, add the flour, cook off a little bit of that flour flavor, add the milk, bring it up to a little bit of a simmer, take it off the heat, stir in the Gruyere, put everything together, bake it off for a few minutes, and it'll be good to go. I think. We'll go. I'll do some digital waves over here on Instagram. Are YouTube people, are you guys ever on Instagram? And Instagram, are you guys ever on YouTube? Or am I catching you kind of where you are more often than not? Does that make sense? Benjamin. I could just, if I spoke louder. Okay, Benjamin. So I think normally I would add hot milk in or warm milk in with the roux, but I filled up that glass Pyrex right to the rim, and I don't want to put it in the microwave, and I don't have a bunch of extra pans to heat it up. So we're going cold today. Honestly, I've done it before. It works fine. It just takes an extra minute or two to heat back up in the pan. So I would, in general, I would probably warm it up. Okay, these onions are looking amazing. Butter's good and warm. Let's add in the flour. Noelle, earmuffs. Love you too, Dyer up UK, whatever. So we're just whisking this in. This is a roux at this point. We've got butter, flour. I've got it over moderate heat. We're just gonna kind of cook off some of that flour flavor. It'll take a minute, 2. It'll continue bubbling a little bit while we're doing this. You're on both, but didn't get the alert that I was on IG first. Oh yeah. Oh cool. You post art there, Nick Toma. That's awesome. Great place for it. Good, we're bubbling. So this is basically just going to help us tighten up the roux. Or the roux is going to help tighten up the sauce here. MMC Official, welcome. Good to have you here. I'm glad you saw me on Epicurious. Yeah, I'm glad to do those Epicurious things. They're so much fun. Mr. Pink Shirt Guy live in the action here. Okay, that is, you'll kind of smell it when you're actually doing this. You'll kind of smell like the butter won't brown, but you kind of smell like the flour flavor a little bit, and then a moment after that, it'll be done. I'm surprised you guys actually do all this stuff already. This is great. You guys are not beginning cooks. You guys know you've done this. You've made roux Bechamels, Mornays. That's great. I'm talking like, maybe you should be leading the class. I don't know. Welcome, new folks. If I'm talking over here, this is YouTube. You guys are on Instagram. So glad you made it. I won't be able to read all the comments here just because they kind of happen pretty fast, but on YouTube I can catch them a little bit easier. So if you hop on over, I know I didn't make it easy to do that. I will work on that. Okay, that is pretty good. So I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit. I'm not gonna spill this milk. Oh, perfect, okay. I don't want this milk to burn. That's kind of why I'm just stirring really fast here. All right, we're good. And it helps get the lumps out. Don't forget, we measured just a little bit shy because that thing's capacity was low. Add a little bit more. Those onions are caramelized. Turning off the heat now. Noel says the rule is hot milk, cold roux, hot roux, cold milk. Might be BS. Don't know. We'll find out. I'm doing hot roux, cold milk, so we made this work. Diardiup asks, how did they find me and what makes me a level 2 what makes a level 2 chef a level 2 chef? They found me, oh, you know what? They found me, they put out like a casting notification, and just for like people who want to cook, do it on camera. And I attended the casting, they brought me in, and we did the basic skills shoot first, where they had a bunch of people try to do like basic things, like 50 people try to open an avocado, or cut open an avocado. And then I think from there, just because I kind of knew what I was doing and I was pretty good at it, and I actually really loved working with them, and I think they liked working with me, they brought me into the level 4 thing. I think we did mac and cheese and brownies first, and then they brought me back in for donuts, and then a couple more coming up soon. So what makes a level 2 chef? I think just, pretty decent knowledge of what's going on in the kitchen. I'm not going to light anything on fire. I think just experience in general. Who knows? They might have some really complex rating systems back there, like does he tick this box and not that? Maybe I could have been a level 3, but who knows? Let's see, Ben Chai says, sometimes you just add watered down flour instead of roux and still get the work done. You know what? Yeah, that works too. Or there's a product I think called Wondra that's already like hydrated flour. That's a pretty good thickening agent. Yeah, you could probably just add that to milk and call it a day. I'd like to see a side-by-side comparison. That'd be kind of cool. Do a roux and then like a Wondra or hydrated flour and see what works. See if we can actually taste the difference. Yeah, of course. You're welcome, Diardiup. I don't know how to pronounce your name. So. Yes, lock the call. We all have something to learn. I love that. I'm still figuring stuff out every day. I'm just waiting to bring this up to a little bit of a simmer. Not there yet. But we can get our cooking vessel ready to go. So let's just, Noel, plug your ears. I'm gonna move some stuff around here. Can you still see that? I hope you still can, but I'm just gonna put a little olive oil in here, just on the bottom so that stuff doesn't stick too much. You can use butter. Butter's probably great too, but. And I'm sorry this has been dragging on for too long. How many pink shirts do I own? Asks MMC Official. 2.5. I've got 2 of these, like these, 1 Hawaiian shirt. My wife just ordered me a couple of pink t-shirts from H&M, so that we'll see how those work out. And I just ordered 2 more button-down shirts today. So soon to be more. Okay, there's some olive oil. We're just gonna rub it in the pan. Can you see that? Yeah, I guess you can see that. And this is just because I don't want to have to peel stuff off, scrape it off after it's done cooking. Perfect. That wasn't the full 20 seconds, but since I washed before everybody got here and we're just doing food that'll be cooked, I'm okay. And you're not going to eat it, so it's good. What olive oil am I using? Cola Vita. is my general olive oil of choice, just because it's cheap and it still tastes pretty good. I like the flavor. Lately, I've been using Fresh Direct olive oil. Like they're a local grocery delivery service here in New York, and they actually have their own olive oil. It's pretty good too. But Colavita for the most part for cooking, and then for finishing, I'll use any sort of nice olive oil. I like a lot of the Southern Italian ones because they're a little heartier in flavor. Like sometimes they're actually spicy or like really grassy. They're really good. Let's see. Let's see. Ravik asks, what are my top 5 favorite dishes? It depends. Top 5. I mean, I love like a good roast chicken. It's got to be up there. Like when it just kind of falls apart. Carbonara. I think somebody else wanted me to cook that. It's fantastic. Oh, air horn. Maybe you. Cacio e pepe. What else do I love? I don't know. Those are only 3. I kind of my taste kind of come and go. A lot of different things, but those are the first 3 that came to my mind. Top dishes. What do I do for a living? Noelle asks, I'm a comedian, an actor, writer. That's kind of like I do a lot of commercials. That's where money comes from, basically. I don't know if I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I like this part of it. Yeah, I like this part of it. Yeah, maybe. I will. Chic Geek, I'll wear the Hawaiian shirt. Okay, this is up to a simmer now. We're good. Let's put some of these caramelized onions in our pan. Let's get the stage set here. I'm going to turn off the heat, by the way, on the bechamel, and then we're going to stir in the Gruyere to make it anybody know? Yeah, Mornay, you guys got it right. I just entertain myself. We're just setting down a real good, you know what? I actually ended up, I think I'm going to use almost all these caramelized onions. Gosh darn it. You know, I wanted more left over so I could like make sandwiches and put them on pastas and stuff, but I have like a cup left over, which is not much. So, pink shirt model. Yeah, exactly. That's Air Horn Noise is asking about the olive oil. I use extra virgin in everything only because I get a big tin of it. Yeah, I don't like the flavor of the other stuff. I know you're not supposed to like cook hot with extra virgin olive oil, but I honestly don't notice a difference. I never notice it like burning or smoking too much. I might be cooking wrong, but I don't know. There's a real good book that talks about olive oil called Real Food, Fake Food that I'd highly recommend checking out. I can't remember the author's name, but he basically goes into how a lot of the food is kind of faked and why that's bad. Like for instance, Parmesan cheese, it's only Parmigiano Reggiano from that region in Italy, and why it's important that you only get that kind and not the others, and how, anyway, that's a soapbox I'll get on some other day. But I'm so wholesome. I'm pretty wholesome when you first meet me. Can I say hi to your mom? Yeah. Ms. or Ms. Freggie? Hi. Happy to say hi. Okay, let's get some more in there. How are we doing here? We're doing pretty good? Okay, that is just about done. I'm gonna move this so you can see what's going on. I probably will get meaner as these things go on. I'm just adding the cheese. I forgot. This is Gruyere and Ginepro, which is a. I'll answer your question. So, 1 second, MMC official. I'm using Gruyere and Ginepro. Ginepro is a gin-soaked pecorino. So it's a cheap smoked cheese from Italy that they have thankfully soaked in gin, and it's actually pretty good. So we got a little bit of that going on here. So we're cooking a cauliflower dish with caramelized onions married together with a Mornay sauce, which is basically butter and flour as a roux to thicken it, milk, and then cheese. That's it. Oh, and salt. I gotta add some salt. Comedians are never wholesome. Yeah, that's probably true. Oh, you found it. Air horn, nice. Okay, I filled this pan up pretty high. I may need to use the immersion blender to actually get this the pecorino to fully incorporate. I've tried to make sauces with pecorinos before, and it can be difficult because they like glue up like this. It's really weird. I don't know why. If anybody knows the reason why, let me know. Discount ride. Okay, let me get that out of there. We'll drop the immersion blender in to mix it. Yeah, I know. The French would be mad. They'll have to come out of quarantine to come get me, though. There we go. Good enough. There we go. Yeah, we'll do a rendition of the Aristocrats. Pardon the noise for just a moment. We're going to be using an immersion blender here. We're going to call it good. You know, it's okay if it's not fully incorporated because we're just making dinner in quarantine, and sometimes you can't be 100% perfect, even though I am. Okay, let's go. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I should have saved some Gruyere for the top. Good thing we have some more. Oh, I actually do have more Gruyere. So I didn't need to use the Jennifer, but. Yeah, MMC official cauliflower can be good raw too. It's not bad. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is great. Everybody gets to see me fumble around and screw up live on YouTube. Yeah, discount cook. All right. Noel, it is a little bit watery. We're going to bake it off. That should help tighten up a little bit. I think I did add a little bit more milk than I usually do, so I may need to let this sit for just a bit longer. Okay. Now, let's have another cocktail. Air horn, I don't know. I think I want to do another stream tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be at the same time. I got to figure that out. I know my schedule is wide open since I'll be sitting here in a quarantine. But, yeah, I don't know. My go-to bechamel ratio, I do a 2-to-1 by weight butter to flour, so like 50 grams, 25 grams, and then usually like 500 grams of milk, of whole milk. It's not quite 500 milliliters, or like maybe like 2 cups. It's close. This was a little bit more. I went off of a different recipe. Like I switched it to be a little bit more like the Jose Andres recipe, and you're right. It came out waterier, thinner. So we'll see how this cooks up. I've done it before, a little bit tighter, and it was good. We'll see how this one works. See you, James. Have a nice day. An hour and a half. Sorry this is going so long, by the way. I don't blame you for dropping off, but I'll try and. Hey, what's up, Delmas? Carvajal? Yeah, sorry for this thing taking so long, but we're working through it. We're all quarantined together. Where are you gonna go? Absolutely, air horn. Yeah. Catch you later, Becca. We'll see you around next time. I will say hi to LL for you. LL, for the Instagrammers and YouTubers here, is my wife, Lauren Lane. If you're looking for a book to read, she's written 37. She's published 37 of them. 36? 37. They're all great. I've read, I didn't read the newest one yet. It just came out last week, so grant me some slack. Cut me some slack. Puttanesca. Noel, I like it. I like it. I just never cook it. That's the one, doesn't it translate to like, oh no, is that the one that translates to like streetwalker or something? I can't remember. Maybe I'm making that up. Don't quote me on that. Come stai? No. Oh, I'm good. Stai, come stai? Sto bene. Takashi 0. But yeah, Carvajal. Okay, so I was close. I think I guessed. Yeah, I'm wrong. What was I just talking about? Puttanesca. I like it. I don't cook it that much. That's not a great answer, but I like it. I think more often than not, I gravitate towards like cacio e pepe and carbonara though, in terms of like fresh pasta dishes. And then whenever, like almost 3 times, 4 times a week, here for my wife and I'm usually making a fresh pasta dish. And on my website, actually, if you look up the feta recipe, it's a feta fondue. It's absolutely fantastic. I've got some left over in the fridge. Maybe I can cook that up tomorrow or something. But it's really good. So that's not normally. Oh, show that. There we go. Okay, so I actually have to approve these comments because they're. Can we say like this? People are 18 here. I don't know. Yeah, whore pasta. Okay, puttanesca. Great. Good to know. Prostitute. Okay, great. Alfredo versus carbonara. I'm a carbonara guy. When I was a kid, I was totally an Alfredo kid, and I had the Alfredo belly to match it. You know what? I haven't done Alfredo in a long time. I didn't Frank on Epicurious do an Alfredo dish recently that looked really good. Like it was he took it up a notch, I think. I'll have to look that up, but maybe it's time I give it another shot. In general, I don't like it. It's too thick for me. Good, getting there. Craig's asking, yeah, probably. Oh, pizza, lock the coal. Yeah, I could. I used to make a lot of pizza. I used the dough recipe from, what was the cookbook called? I've mentioned it 8 times already on this thing. Modernist Cuisine at Home. There we go. They had a great dough recipe with added gluten in it. It was super good. I got a baking steel and everything. That was the best. And then I moved and I left the baking steel in my old apartment and then never went back for some reason. Oh, he used an entire wheel of cheese in that thing? Wow. Where is Simple Dish? Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Frank's always been extra. I love that. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you. You know, he knows what he likes and he uses good ingredients. I like that same idea. You know, it's like use the best ingredients you can buy or afford, which is one of the reasons I've switched to European butter, like the Irish butter, Kerrygold. I think it has so much more flavor. I don't fry with it as much just because I don't need the flavor of frying, but it's so good. It just blows regular. It's like it's almost like cheese. It's that flavorful. You can put it on toast every morning and it's so good. We're almost done. We're just waiting for this thing to bake. Hey, Simon's back. Hopefully your finals are going well. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You too. Hope your studying's going great. Oh yeah, lock the coal. Yeah, you know what? That's a good idea. I should use a cast iron pan for the pizza. We'll give it a shot soon, maybe. I can't promise that. All right, it's tightening up, getting there. It'll take a few minutes. I'm gonna increase the temp a little bit. Noel is asking, does expensive ingredients equal better ingredients? Sometimes, it depends. I think in general, yeah. Like I've noticed that if I go out of my way, like for instance, there's a shop here called Italy. I know they have them everywhere, but their produce is stupid expensive, but it's also really good flavor. Like I don't know what it is, but it's so good. And it like their lettuce blows regular lettuce out of the water, and it's 3 times more expensive, but I would almost rather have a little bit of that than a lot of the other stuff. It's just that good. And same, yeah. So in general, I think, yeah, probably more expensive equals better. It's a good rule of thumb to use, but I don't know if it's true in every case. I don't think it would be. Hey guys, new people, welcome. I'm chatting over here on YouTube and to you on Instagram. If you have questions, I can see them better on the YouTube side. So if you pop over to YouTube on my channel, which I think is in my stories, yes, I linked to it. Join me there. Let's see. Eat birthdays, yeah. Yeah, Benjamin Chai. So actually one of the other guys here, yeah, ketchup is just good. I like it on everything too. I hung out with Jeff Posadas growing up. He was my best friend. And his family always used to have ketchup on they put on rice, scrambled eggs, almost everything. It was I never had that in my family, but it was always fun trying it out of his. So I'm with you. I kind of dabble occasionally. But it's got to be good ketchup now, I feel like. Maybe I'm just picky. You know, either homemade, like if the restaurant makes it or if you make it, that kind of ketchup is really good. But I don't know, sometimes the Heinz stuff. No, Marcellus, I've never made Stampot. What is Stampot? Let me know. Okay, this is good. We're starting to get some browning from the Gruyere that I put on top. It's gonna be so good. Also, it's okay if it's a little bit loose. You'll notice when I pull it out in a few minutes, you'll see it jiggle around. That's okay because we can mix it up. We can even serve it with bread. Oh, maybe I should put some toast on the side and do like a callback to yesterday's. You know what? Let's do that. Why don't I make some toast? Oh man, now we're talking. Okay, we're calling an audible here because, yeah, you're like Emily and you put ketchup and everything. That's awesome. I'm glad you do. She's one of the people I'd love to meet too. She seems awesome. Oh, Jeff, yeah, you're still here. Awesome. Yeah, that's right. You guys always had ketchup. Fish sauce, you know what? I do remember that. That's one thing. Yeah, those are such great flavors. I was lucky to be introduced to like a bunch of your Filipino cuisine, that was just so good. I loved it. That brings back really good memories. Okay, we're gonna make some toast. We're calling it an audible, just in case the cauliflower doesn't tighten up. You know, the bechamel doesn't tighten up enough. We're gonna make some toast so that we can put it on top. It'll help absorb some of it. I think it'll be pretty good. Pretty sure those are cool by now. Yeah, pink shirt guy makes toast. You want to go outside later? You want a treat?
Give her a pad.
I need to give my dog a pad real fast. She has these little wee pads. But because I'm with you guys, I can't take her outside. Hold on, give me 1 second. I know. The guy's supposed to be on camera and he walked off set. Yeah. Yeah, I've only met, so Noelle, I don't know many of the Epicurious people. I've only ever met Rose and Gabrielle. That's it. I'd love to meet the rest. Okay, good. Yeah, Noelle, plug your ears. We got paper noises going on. That should be enough. Earmuffs. Are you waiting for a treat? Here. Here. Hey, come here. Actually, hold it. We'll bring my dog back in a minute. We'll get her back on camera. Gochujang with ketchup. Oh, that'd be pretty good. I'm down. Okay. This is just... We're just hedging our bets here, just in case it doesn't, the beche or the Mornay sauce doesn't tighten up enough. We're gonna have toast on the side to help absorb some of the extra liquid. Yes, Noel, I do stand-up. It's all terrible though. None of the jokes are funny, none of them work. It's yeah, air horn. I do post some of my stand-up videos on my YouTube channel. A lot of them are kind of like repeat stuff, as you might be able to tell, like as I progress and work on a joke. I leave it all up there just in case people care. All right, we're gonna do pan toast because I have a pan out and my oven's already busy. Got crumbs everywhere, that's fine. I'll have to do a little cleanup after the fact. Hope you can see this or hear it. Got some bubbling action going on. It's gonna be great. And again, this is just a hedge in case the sauce is too thin. Oh, it's bubbling. It's so good. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. All right, let's flip these bad boys. See comments going, I'm missing them. Yeah, Craig, do you do comedy or do you do stand-up as well? Because, yeah, that does happen. Sometimes you'll be surprised at like who laughs at what, but that's also the nice thing about comedy. There's a comedian and a joke for everyone. Stuff that I might go like, how are they laughing at that? More people might laugh at. So it's great. Sometimes I'll even come up with something that I think is totally stupid, but people will laugh at, and that's great. Yeah, it's just one of the lovely mysteries of the genre, of the medium. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, and now is like a heyday for comedy too. There's like, I mean, there's dozens of specials coming out every single week on Netflix. It's great. It's a good, and especially with quarantine, it's a great time to watch comedy. Okay, almost done toasting these bad boys up. Good. Yes, NYC Toma, would love to have you in New York. Come see one of my shows. They're all great. They're all really great. Almost done. Okay, I'm gonna flip these back over. It smells like brown butter in here. Oh, you know what? Getting even more. Let's get a little salt on these. Good. Okay. Yeah. You can't see her, but my dog is right down here. Just hanging out, watching for any sort of dropped scraps. It's great. Okay. Down there. And I think I smell that Gruyere toasting. Noel, maybe not, but I also, it's weird doing stand up just with no one else. Actually, you know what? This would be about what it's like doing stand up in the real world. Is sometimes nobody laughs, and that's just reality. So maybe it wouldn't be too much different here. Oh man. Okay, voila. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, this looks so good. Okay. Can you see that? Maybe not. How about now? Now can you see it on Instagram? Better? Okay. This is it. Let's cut in and let's serve this up. She gets a treat?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on, my dog needs a treat real fast.
Priorities.
Here, let me grab you. Why do we do this? Everyone, meet Bailey. Bailey, say hi to the camera. Yeah, that's a good girl. Yeah, here we go. Did you drop your treat or did you eat it? Can we get a confirmation? Did she actually eat that treat? Okay, I'll give her another one just in case. Oh yeah. She didn't sign a waiver or a release form, so good thing we're not making any money off this. All right, let's serve this up. What are we serving it? In a little bowl. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. This is good. Maybe I should plan these out better next time. But we'll do. Noel, yeah, the liquid's set through a little bit better. It's still a little bit loose. We probably could have let this cook for a little bit longer, but I wanted to get it going. And now that we've got the toast, I'm not worried as much. So this is good. We're making stuff up as we go. We've got some toast on the bottom. Let's get. So when I put this recipe online, I'll change it up so that the bechamel is a little bit tighter so that you won't get as much liquid. But all things considered, I think this is actually going to turn out okay. Yes, Bailey. yeah, you're a star, Bales. Yeah, she's a hugger. She loves it. She loves the attention, loves pets. She likes people more than other dogs, by far. Finishing off with a little bit of Malden sea salt. If you've never experienced this, this will blow your mind. It's worth the whatever $7 I think it is. Give it a shot. Okay. Oh my God, this looks so good. Okay, I hope you can see this because I can, and I can smell it. And it's very good. Oh man, I think it's better with the toast. I think we just had a happy accident here. I just had a happy accident down there. But yeah, this is pretty good. I think this is a winner. So I'll post this online. I will make sure to give you the tightened up recipe. No, but I did not use white pepper, but we could have. But yeah, this is pretty good. If we cooked it a little bit longer, it would have tightened up just a little bit more, maybe get a little more color on top. But with the toast, it's, I think this is gonna work. Anyway, yeah, everybody come on over, have some. Great quarantine for this, it's worth it. Oh man, that's hot, but really good. Thanks for joining me on this side. Thanks for joining me here. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna do one of these tomorrow or later on this week. For sure, there will be more, but I think it will be tomorrow. If you follow me on Instagram over here, I'm also on Twitter. I'll probably announce it there. But in my newsletter is a good way to get up-to-date information. That's go to my website, anthonyledon.com. Subscribe. I think it's in the footer or somewhere. Maybe be like an annoying pop-up or something, but check it out. Yeah, I know. We do need Rose's analysis. I should take a picture, send it to her, get her take. I'm sure she would comment on the fact that the bechamel is a little bit loose, like it probably could have baked for another 5 to 10, but we're already going on almost 2 hours here, and I'm sorry it took so long. But I'm so glad that you could actually make it here with me. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up in the emails or DMs or whatever the medium is. Let me know. If you have requests for other things to cook, I've got a few in here in the comments. But if you got more, let me know, and we'll do it together. It's been fun. I'm gonna have another bite because it's really that good. Look at this. The toast, caramelized onions. It's like milky and creamy, but then also like it's got some roasted flavors from the Gruyere on top and the toast. Oh. A little more salt. This is the Malden finishing salt. It had, bigger crystals, really good sea salt. Oh, so good. Yeah, it will be exactly 2 hours, Benjamin. Lock Cole. Yes, I do have a Twitter. It's just my name, Anthony Ledon. I'll announce it there. Jay, it's a great question about how to make broccoli delicious. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Maybe that'll be one of the upcoming recipes. Yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I really had fun. I hope you guys did too. I know it was a long time, and I kind of made a mess here, but that's just what quarantine life is all about. So I need to go serve my wife some food and get my dog another treat, and I'm going to go finish this one myself. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys continue to join for these things. They've been fun. So, all right, have fun, stay healthy, stay indoors and whatnot, and I can't wait for the next one either, MMC official. All right. Now I have to actually hit the end button, so it's going to get awkward here for a second while I stop paying attention. And let's hit the worst ever. Yeah, it is the onion's fault, air horn. Okay. Carbonara. You know what? Maybe carbonara will be the next one. I've got a delivery of food coming Wednesday morning with fresh pasta in it, and we'll have to do it then. Maybe on Wednesday. Okay. I'm going to cut you off first. Instagram, thanks so much for joining. Check out the YouTube. Boop. Boop. Okay, and let's share to the story. And you guys, YouTube, love you. Thank you so much for joining. This has been a blast. We'll catch you again maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Follow Instagram, Twitter. I don't know how to make announcements on YouTube. If someone can tell me that, that'd be great. I'll try to look it up. But you'll find out somehow, some way. Thank you. Adios. I should learn how to say bye in all these different languages. That'd be great. Zai Qian. Is that how I say it? Zai Qian? No? Okay. All right, later. Bye.